Good morning, Les. How are you?
I'm great, grateful, and joyful.
Oh, I like to see that. And it's Friday.
Yes, it's Friday. Yes, indeed.
I feel
What
like
about
this.
you? How are you doing?
I was gonna just say I feel like this week was kind of just a lot this week. So I'm excited that we're on Friday and we get some relaxation the next couple days, maybe.
Yes, absolutely.
I say
Absolutely.
that, but I'm an entrepreneur, so that doesn't ever really happen. I pretend every week. I pretend.
Yes.
We've already got a ton of people jumping on here. As always, start telling us where you're watching us from. I'm already seeing Virginia. Oh, it's still Moses says you're looking fresh. It must mean he likes the haircut. Cameroon.
Cameroon. Elvis over there. From Australia, down under. I had an incredible time in Australia.
Oh, you did? How
Yes,
long ago
I
did you
did. I did. I was there about 4 years ago. Had a really great time. Spoke for a real estate company. Mhm.
That's a long trip over there.
Yes, it is a very long trip. I mean, I had to meditate and pray because I wanted to get off at different times and just walk around and get some fresh air and get back on the plane, but they wouldn't allow me to do that.
Pull it over on the ocean for you.
Yeah, look
Got
at
all sorts.
Toronto. I love Toronto. Nicole, Atlanta. Come on now. Absolutely.
Right
Yeah.
down the street. I mean, actually, there's a lot of Georgia, but originally from London. So that was a big trip too. So all sorts
Uh-huh.
of people. Oh, and then here's one more that's really far away. Philippines.
Yes. Okay. And yes. And I tell you, I have a Filipino dentist, and she's off the hook. Yeah, I'm in L.A. Yes.
I have some Filipino friends and I just love them to death. What are you going to talk about to us today?
And talk about the power of persistence and not allowing people to influence your thinking and cause you to back off what it is that you want to do. And it's going to be an interesting, I think, message this morning that people can share with other people today. Okay. And I have a suggestion for them. I don't know if they can do it, but I'm going to make a suggestion. And I don't know if I can do it, but I'm going to make a suggestion for everybody today. All right.
All right. I'm excited to hear it. All right. I'm going to jump out of here and you can get started.
Okay, very good. I am so glad to be able to spend some time with you. I've been thinking about something. Yesterday, I went all in. A lot of memories came back for me yesterday. When I got through yesterday, I had to take a nap, but it took me a while to go to sleep. Okay, I mean to tell you. Oh my God, so many things came back to me, and I got some suggestions for you what I'm going to do. I'm going to Shabbat this weekend. Let me share something with you before I get into my message. And I dare you to try it. You know what I'm going to do? After I finish talking with you, I'm not going to watch any news until Monday. I'm going on a mental diet. I'm not going to read any. I'm not going to listen to any, because I found it is not good for your mental health. If the world blows up, somebody will tell you. I said, you know what? It's just stuff everywhere, scandal after scandal, unbelievable scandal. I mean, this stuff, our kids need to turn the television. They don't need to hear all the stuff that's going on. Oh my goodness. I don't even want to repeat it. I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not going to repeat it. No, not at all. But let me talk to you about the power of persistence. And I want you to write this down. Listen to yourself. Listen to yourself and ignore the naysayers. When I joined the National Speakers Association, and it's been an incredible organization and was helpful in my career. And I had a brainstorming session with some of the speakers. And I said, I was looking at public television and I saw John Bradshaw and Leo Pascalia. These are two psychologists on public television. And they both had a special, and it was designed to raise funds for public television. I said, being on public television, on educational TV, it will enhance our credibility tremendously. We ought to do that. And then somebody asked a question. Have you seen Zig Ziglar on there? So I said, no. Zig wrote the national bestseller, See You at the Top. Have you seen Tony Robbins on there? I said, no. He wrote the national bestseller, Personal Power. Have you seen Dr. Norman Vincent Peale on there? I said, no. He's the dean of motivational speaking. Les, if it were in fact possible that a motivational speaker could be on public television, these guys would have done it. I want you to think about this. Because somebody hasn't done something doesn't mean that you can't do it. Listen to me. Because somebody hasn't done it, who has more going for them than you have going for yourself, does not mean that you can't do it. And so they went on in the meeting and they kind of laughed at me. That's okay. I was fine with that. And I decided, and I want you to write this down, if there's something that you want to do, find a way to do it. Maybe the method that they use was not the most effective way to get on public television. Maybe the person they talked to who said no has been repositioned or has left to go someplace else. It doesn't mean that you rule this out because of past failures. All success, all accomplishments had people who paid the price, people who failed, people who did not make it, and created an opportunity for your next breakthrough. And so I decided I was going to be on public television in spite of them, in spite of what they said that PBS only bring on psychologists and not motivational speakers. And I went back and I was watching Leo Pascalia and John Bradshaw, these two brilliant psychologists. And then it dawned on me. I said, wait a minute. I watched and looked at the credits. Who got them on? I want to read a quote to you. When obstacles arise, you change your direction to reach your goal. You do not change your decision to get there. I had sent out over 300 letters and packages, and they all rejected me. I changed my direction, but I didn't change my decision to get there, to get on public television. So I went and I started watching the credits for John Bradshaw and Leo Pascalia to see who got them on. And then I called that person and said, hi, my name is Les Brown. I'd like to be on public television and I want to partner with you. You know, people are always thinking, what's in it for me? And I said, let me send you one of my cassette tapes called You Gotta Be Hungry. And see whether or not you'll be interested in getting me on public television. I'm going to be on public television. I'm just looking for a partner. And if you're interested in partnering with me, I think we can work something out. And see, I believe a piece of a big pie is better than 100% of a small pie. So I was willing to give up something on the back end. Can you feel the brother up in here, up in here? Oh, behave. Hello. So I call this guy named Jack Wilson. And he called another friend of hers, his name Thea. And they said, hey, they listened to that cassette tape and they said, man, you got something here. And naturally, they made it possible for me to get on public television. We did a special called You Deserve. It's still out there. You can see it on YouTube. They did You Deserve, that got a Chicago area Emmy. And it's possible that was videotaped before 12,000 people. Now, had I listened to the speakers in that room who told me about the people who had failed, I would have never accomplished that goal. Have you ever had some experience, and I'm sure you have, where you say, boy, if I just listened to my first mind. I listened to my first mind. Now, from that time to this time, and it's been over 30 years, there's not one other motivational speaker from the National Speakers Association on PBS. From that time to this time, they're still suffering from possibility blindness. They're still focused on the people who failed in the past. Someone else's failure has nothing to do with you. That's none of your spiritual business who failed. Tell me about the people who were successful. Lady came to me and said, oh, I heard you were diagnosed with prostate cancer. My father died from that. And somebody else, hey, my uncle, excuse me, I'm not being insensitive. Tell me who lived. I don't want to know who died. Tell me who lived. I want the success record. Tell me, what do I need to do? Eat a lot of rabbit food? Tell me, what do I need to do? Pray and read the Bible, the Holy Quran, and the Kabbalah? Tell me what I need to do. In fact, I'm a baby Christian. When I was first diagnosed with prostate cancer, I didn't even ask God, Lord, please keep me alive. I just said, can you move this cancer to my foot or my knee? I don't need 2 knees or 2 feet. If you can hook a brother up, I'm sorry, I'm a baby Christian. If you can move it for my prostate, what about my elbow? I don't need but one elbow. Hello? I'm sorry. All right. So anyhow, when an obstacle arises, you change your direction to reach your goal. You don't change your decision to get there. And so I sent out over 300 letters and packages, and they all came back not interested. And then I changed my approach. I was determined to get there. Coolidge said, nothing can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. The world is full of unsuccessful people who are not successful. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education alone will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. You got to be persistent. You got to find another way. You got to put your pride in your pocket and your ego and go back up in there again and again and again. As Og Mandino would say, I will persist until I succeed. And that's the kind of mindset you have to have today. A friend of mine, she lost her job. And she lost her job not because she was incompetent, but because of the fact that they have a policy. If you have a background with some criminal offense, you put that on the application and you're required to do that, they're not going to keep you. So she's depressed. I said, please let me talk to her. And the friend who told me about her said, why? This is no time to be depressed. This is the time you have to be fired up and ready to go to the next one, to the next no, to the next no, because every no brings you a step closer to a yes. You're going to fail your way to success. 50 million people have lost their jobs. You've got felon on your application. You think they're going to say, oh, come on in. Oh, you reform. Oh, you didn't kill anybody. Oh, come on in. Come on in. No, it's not that kind of party. The reason I wrote the book called You Gotta Be Hungry is because the system is stacked against you. Remember the 1%ers? The wealth of the world is controlled by 1%. And systems have been put in place to keep it like that. The people that break through are the people who have the mindset, they have the skill set, they have some value, and they have relationships. People say it's not what you know, it's who you know. No. That's not exactly true. It's who you know and what they know about you. Because if you're a flake, they're not going to answer your call. If you're a person that don't have any substance, they're not going to answer your call. If you have not made some impact and have some value that it can be a fair exchange relationship, they're not going to take your call. It's who you know and what they know about you. Your reputation. And that's why God said to Abraham, I'll make your name great. Didn't say I'll make you a great man. He said, I'll make your name great. Your name is everything. And so as you look at yourself, look at your goals, and look at your dreams, listen to you. And so if you have some setbacks, okay, have some failures and disappointments, all right. That happens on the way to your dream. I remember I was doing a live remote in Columbus, Ohio, and the guy was coming up at this public event to speak, and he had crutches, and he missed his step and he fell. And I'll never forget something he said as I was helping him to get up. I said, man, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I know it's got to be embarrassing. And he said, it goes with the territory. Wow. That he was accustomed to falling in different situations, in different circumstances, because it goes with the territory. When you're trying to learn to adjust and to maneuver up steps with crutches, and you don't have the total use of both legs, it goes with the territory. When you have a goal and a dream that's beyond your reach, and you're working to get through, you're working to get past the gatekeeper, you're working to find a yes, you're working to find someone on the other side of the door that will open that door for you. When you're working to get to your dream, it's not going to be a straight shot. Some stuff's going to happen to you or somebody you care about. Something's coming for you right now, whether you're aware of it or not, including me and my little kid hairstyle. That does not make me immune from this thing called life. And so here's what I'm suggesting. Got an idea, got a dream, had some setbacks and had some disappointments, had some failures. Your marriage didn't work out. The children acting crazy. You wondering, what happened? Is this the child I brought home from the hospital? This has got to be an alien. I believe in aliens now. I believe in aliens. I know, because I've had my moments where I look at my kids and say, about to make me lose my mind. Up in here, about to make me act a fool. Up in here. And I know my mother had moments when she looked at me, when the neighbors said when she came home, Mamie, you won't believe this. She said, yes, I will. What is it? We heard Leslie in the house cussing, and Miss Winnie went over there, and he had on one of your wigs and your dress, and he had on a set of your high heel shoes, and he was telling them to get up and clean the house. He had Margaret Ann and Wesley and everybody jump around the house, and he was pretending to be you, wearing your wigs. I'm going to whoop every ass up in here. I know my mama, when she came in the house, and I saw her coming, she came home early one day. You should have seen me trying to run with those high heel shoes on. Oh, God. No, don't you run. Come back, Margaret, go get me a switch. I'm going to whoop the living hell out. I took away. Okay, Mama, I was just playing with them. I had them doing all my work. I had the house spick and span. It was clean. know why I did those things. Why are you doing? I don't know. Why you say to my twin brother Wesley, you need to do something. They think I'm crazy. He said, you are. You got an idea? No matter who thinks that you're crazy or out of your mind, if it's in alignment with what you want to do, is it something that you want to accomplish? If it's something that other people have failed at, it's none of your business. Do what you came here to do. And don't think that it's going to be easy. It requires persistence and requires patience. Sometimes a dream will take you on a journey itself for your personal growth, mentally and emotionally and spiritually. Don't you give up on that dream just because it becomes difficult, just because it's hard. You can do hard. If you do what is easy, quit. If you do what is easy, come up with some excuse, your life will be hard. But if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. And so now I get to speak around the world at a computer, several presentations a day because I wouldn't give up, because other people gave up. Now I'm seeing on YouTube these specials that I've created that other people said, you won't be able to do that. Nobody know you well enough to know what you can't do. Even you don't know. You don't know. There are some things that you can do that eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered the heart of mankind what God has in store for you. You all had moments when you say, I can't believe I'm doing this. Wow. Oh, don't rule stuff out for you. You have something special. Be willing to do the work. I love this quote here by Ann Landers. Nobody ever drowned in their own sweat. Oh, behave. In other words, hard work has never killed anybody. My problem with The Secret, they talk about secret and visualizing your goals and they will help. They never mention work, WORK, in The Secret. Look at it several times. They never, you can't just think up on your dream. Your butt got to work. You got to work. As my mother would say, you got to put some elbow grease in it. You have something special. You have greatness in you. This journey to be a global voice, to change people's lives, to live the calling on my life, to be able to make people feel good, to make you laugh, and for a few moments to step away from the madness and the scandals that's going on. It's just too ugly for television. I mean, they talk about stuff now on television that a pool boy, that should not be on television. The stuff they're talking about now. Ooh, it's bad. I'd start burning incense around the house and pleading the blood and everything. I said, I got to turn this television off. So here's what I'm suggesting. Join me. And then I want to talk with you next Monday. Go on a mental, emotional, and spiritual diet. And don't watch any television or your telephone. None. No. You don't need to know who is sitting in the corner somewhere watching somebody else. You don't need, there's some stuff you just don't need in you. I just don't let stuff in. There's some stuff that you got an option to keep it out. People say garbage in, garbage out. Biggest lie. No. Garbage in, garbage stays and affects you and your attitude. I was jacked up. Seeing a brother shot 7 times in the back. I was messed up, couldn't sleep. No, I don't want to see stuff. There are people, if they see an accident, they'll pull over and go back to see. No, I don't want that in my consciousness. Negative things they're 50 times more powerful than positive things, and they stay in your mind longer. So let's do a mental diet. Starting now, no news. No news, no negative conversations. You thought it was just stopping there. No. And if you find yourself saying something negative, say, cancel that, cancel that. Don't watch anything that's negative. Don't listen to anything that's negative. Whoever try and start a conversation says, excuse me, don't bring me no bad news. I can't grow from that. I'm on a mental diet. This is my Shabbat. I'm having a retreat and I am retreating from the world. I'm unplugging from the madness that's out here and all these lies. No, it's not good for my health, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And let's have a report on this coming Monday. If you have a voice and you'd like to learn how to use that voice to be a voice of influence, to advance your career, to build an organization, to make a greater impact, to live a life that will outlive you. If you enjoy making people laugh, making people feel good, and enjoy creating a life of significance where you can make a difference and earn money too. If you like to live that kind of life and have the joy and happiness of a little kid like me, I want you to put voice in the comments section. Voice in the comments section. I'm looking for people who are ready for something different, something that's positive, something that's bigger than them, something that will allow them to make their mark. If that's you, you can hear me in your heart, not just in your ears, in your heart. I want you to reach out to my staff. I only work with a small number of people at a time. Okay, you have something special. Keep this quote in mind now. When obstacles arise, you change your direction to your goal. You do not change your decision to get there. That's by Zig Ziglar. He was a great one. They don't make them like that anymore. Aaron?
I'm going to jump in here real quick. If you're on LinkedIn and you want to work with Les, go to powervoicetraining.com. On Facebook, put voice. One of my most favorite things that everyone kept saying today is they're starting to really enjoy coming to lunch and spending lunch with us. So I thought that was great, right? 12 o'clock. So we're going to be back Monday. Lots of great stuff here. Vivian said she really appreciated this. She really needed to hear this today. And you were throwing facts out. You should never say you can't do that, but say it's possible. So yes. I know you are speaking at another big event today, so we're going to wrap up early. Wrap us up, sir.
Yes, there's something else I'd like to say. Vince Lombardi said this. He said, there's only one way to succeed in anything, and that is to give it everything. Wow. There's only one way to succeed at anything, and that is to give it everything. One of the winningest football coaches of all time. Whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, give it everything. You were born for greatness. You. God had something in mind when he created you. Got to be hungry. I like to know what people, when I get off, and I like to see the comments of who've purchased the book. Over 3,000 people, 3,300 purchased the book. I want to know their feedback from my book, You've Got to Be Hungry. Those of you that are listening and you haven't ordered it yet, you can go to IamHungryLesBrown.com. IamHungryLesBrown.com. And those of you that's got a voice and want to speak up and be a voice for change, be a part of the solution rather than the problem, not being a witness or a spectator, I want you to put voice in the comments section. Voice in the comments section. I appreciate you, Aaron. Have a wonderful weekend.
All right. We'll see y'all next Monday.